Last minute is the longest minute. Hey, welcome everybody to Astronomy Daily Live. Hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. Everything's good here. Just doing the usual thing. Sort of took it a little bit easy today, but yeah. So come on in, friends. Gather around this virtual porch, this virtual campfire, and hey there, Carolina Sky Astronomy. Uh, Bobby, I sent you the link. Let me make sure. Make sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Ah, I sent it to somebody else. Ah, all right, here you go. I will send you a special one. Actually, not a special one, but that's funny. Um, whoop, up. Let me do it this way instead. Forward. There we go. All right, there we go. Bam. There you go, Bobby. You should be getting it. And the recipient, I'm going to send a little email to saying, sorry, send it to you inadvertently. Tently or tantly? I think it's tently. Okay, well, cool. So this is a daily live stream where we sit back and we chit-chat about astronomical things and space and science and all relevant tangents. So hope everybody's doing well. And this live stream is intended for everyone, right? If you're new to the science of astronomy, that's absolutely great. You are extremely welcome here. If you're an amateur, you're an advanced amateur, if you're a pro, this is the place to be. So, excuse me. So yeah, Carolina Sky Astronomy. Hey, nice to see you, Tom. Excellent to have you in the chat again. Chuck, cheers. Cheers. So I've got the hydrogen hydroxide again here, the HOH, the amazing molecule, and there are so many just in this little mug. It's just I mean, just fathomable. It's hard to say how many molecules are just in this little amount of space. There's something like really close to like 10 to the 25th molecules just in here. It's incredible, the amount of stuff that we have around us, and Bucky said it best. There is more than enough to go around. Now, at the moment, we are we have sort of limited ourselves to the surface of the Earth, and we've gone down, a little ways, but it's. I don't think that we've even gone down 1% down. So we actually live on a well, I mean, like you probably know, we live on at least relatively speaking, a very large body. Lots and lots of stuff, and who knows what's actually there. The seismology.
Why the heck why you didn't send me a link? You lucky I was still busy with Ron.
Well, I sent you a link anyway.
How are you? Yeah, doing good.
Good. All right. Very, very cool. So yeah, the
Yeah.
seismologists can peer in a little bit and sort of see, a little bit, like in terms of what's going on with, the interior structure of the Earth. But that's a hard science. That's a really, really hard science, and to know for sure what is down there is just as hard and complicated as what's out there. So, but once we have a better understanding of that and maybe improve our technology a little bit, we'll realize that there is more than enough stuff to go around, and at least we don't have to fight about that. I think we humans, we like to fight about things anyway, so that's okay. That's all right. Well, cheers to that. So I hope everybody's doing well. Mm, good stuff. Good stuff. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a little shorter live stream than normal, just because I'm just I'm feeling the need to take it a little bit easy. So let's just let's sort of finish up with looking at the globular cluster NGC 6397. And then tomorrow and the next day and stuff, we can sort of move on because this universe is full of the most incredible things, and to linger on one thing is okay, people can spend in lifetimes, right, multiple lifetimes studying like one object, not even just one class of objects, but just one object, right?
Yeah.
So, but we're this is supposed to be not so serious. We're just sort of scanning around. I'm sort of taking everybody on a ride and seeing what's out there. And globular clusters are pretty cool things. They're enigmatic, though. Nobody really understands why they're there. Um, uh, you know, the kinds of stars that are part of the clusters are there's some weird things going on, which don't sort of match our current theories of stellar evolution, and so it's like, what's going on there? It's the weirdest thing in the world. So, but that's why I like it, because it's a mystery, and those kinds of mysteries I like. The kinds of mysteries that you sort of read about and you might see on TV are usually like murder mysteries, and I don't know, maybe I get bored of things really, really fast, but after you've sort of seen a few of those, it's sort of like it's the same old thing. But when it comes to astronomical phenomena, um, there's so many different kinds of mysteries, um, and then two, it's just the subtleties are absolutely, yeah. There is so much more out there that it's just and that's why me doing this live stream with some kind of astronomical topic is so incredibly easy.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Before you continue, I was wondering if you can help Ron from Earth Radio see about getting a shoutcast or iCast streaming server that he could use on his Windows 10 machine, and maybe
Oh,
doing it that way we can make the bots work.
oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, me neither.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I know if I can make it possible, it'll be done.
True. True. But yeah, I don't know anything about that whatsoever. So I would be a hindrance as opposed to a help on that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably just a matter of finding the right kind of documentation and then just pushing the right kinds of buttons. Yeah, but yeah, I think well, if he wants to, and if he can find the help to do it, like yourself, um, he will accomplish it for sure. So what exactly is he trying to do over there?
He is trying to configure a series of bots that will let him play like like his radio station and stuff.
Oh, cool. Okay, interesting.
So
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Well, I've I've now, well, I guess sort of depending on how you look at it, I well, this channel has sort of officially, I guess, gotten to 200 subscribers. So yay. So now, what that's done is that has started a little timer in my head, and so for probably the next, I don't know, 10 to 14 days, I'll sort of monitor that and see, because it's going, um, um, it's very, very likely to fluctuate. So, it's going to go down a little bit, go back up. Well, as soon as it drops below 200, then the timer is off. When it goes um, back up to 200, I will reset, and I'll give it another 10 to 14 days. If once the channel has maintained 200 or over, then to celebrate, yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little mixer, and with that, I will be able to mix in some sound, and actually maybe either during this live stream, or maybe do a different live stream where I'm actually playing some music instead. So yeah, yeah. It's I I I think it's absolutely great that 200 people have decided to subscribe to this, and I yeah I'm not really paying that much attention. I'm not really uh, focused on I need more subscribers. I need more. I think that'll happen all by itself. Um, what I have to do is just continue to share the passion and have fun. If I can do those two things, then it'll be like gravity, and they'll they'll just sort of fall on. So yeah, and Carolina Skystorm is up to 275. So very, very cool, very, very cool. Um, yeah, I want to get into making videos too a little bit more. I've got the technology to do it. I just have to um, uh, uh, block out the time to actually do it. And I have to have something to actually show. I've made a few recent videos, but yeah, maybe I'd like to do more of that. I don't know. I like this format of the live stream because, um, you know, one of the things that I'm really into is one of my favorite four-letter words of all time, and that is easy. Live streaming is easy. It's easy. So, to actually make a video and edit and you probably write out a script and I have to record it and, you make mistakes and yeah, da 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 da. So, it takes time. It's not as easy as this. This is just a one-shot thing. And if mistakes are made, that's part of the whole thing. It proves beyond any reasonable doubt whatsoever that I am just as human as everybody else. So and yeah, I really like these, and it's fun. And like I said, super easy. And yeah, I expect. I mean, I guess I have an expectation that the number of subscribers and views will continue to rise, and those two things are happening, and that's great. And one of my goals, and it's a slow process, but the goal is to just get better and better and better. And that's a slow process because I'm sort of a slow dude. So I think as long as I'm having fun, I think that's all that matters. And YouTube and Google are giving this away, so I think it's great. So all right, well let's dive into NGC 6397 for the last time. I just want to go through just a few more of the papers and see what's sort of up with this. So just to recall what we've sort of already learned about this object, it's sort of a southern object in the constellation of Ara. I think that's how you pronounce that, ARA. It's a little tiny constellation just west of Scorpius, and here is this pretty fantastic globular cluster that I think it seems to be sort of the closest one to us. So Jim is saying that he spent 8 hours before getting all of his shots and recording the music and all that stuff. So yeah, and well, the only thing I can say, Jim, is that it shows, right? And because the quality that you have is very, very, very high as far as I'm concerned. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, it takes an insane amount of time. You wouldn't think so, but you start to mess with things, and you want this and you want that, and that's why it's definitely not as easy as this. This is just a one-shot thing, and that's it. So cheers to easy. Cheers to easy. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen here. Whoop, hold on one sec. Let me do that. And where'd Sinbad go? There it is. It's a slow potato tonight. Uncle Bill, if you're there, the old potato is really going slow today. Cheers. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen and let's dive into 6397. You know, it's kind of funny about numbers. This is another weird tangent here. Some numbers really stick into my head, and for some reason, 6397 does. I have no problem remembering that that particular number whatsoever. Hmm. Who knows why? Human brains. All right, so as you can see, I've already pulled up the Sinbad thing, and I've grabbed the reference list, and there's something like 1,700 and some references, which is just a crazy huge number. So what I'm doing, you know, as we've sort of noticed, oftentimes these references, you know, these papers are here, but when we go into them, they don't really say anything about the object that we're kind of interested in. So, you know, that sort of makes me wonder a little bit about why those papers are there. So, what I do instead is I just sort of look for our object name in the title of the papers, because then I think I got it. You know, I think it's safe to say that we're pretty much guaranteed um, that our object is going to be at least mentioned, right? So here we go. I think this is sort of where we left off before, um, and so yeah, one of the things that's really interesting about globulars is that there seems to be a lot of variable stars, which, as the theory goes, are stars inside of these clusters supposedly are old. They're evolved, and being evolved, they are oftentimes unstable, and so they're going to um, um, be a variable star.
Bobby, your dog's master's not home again. I can hear him right now.
Yeah, he's letting us know for sure. So yeah,
How
let's.
old is your dog anyway?
What's that?
How old is your dog anyway?
Mm, that particular one. I don't know. I'm trying to think. He's got to be.
Yeah,
He's he's got to be maybe about like 10 or so.
yeah,
Yeah, he's just
yeah,
howling.
yeah. I think the onlyest way that Ron is going to get his bots to stream his station on Earth Radio is try to find some type of live conversion. But that's why I'm asking Ron if he has a PayPal. If he has a PayPal, he could actually get himself a link, or you like generate a link, and people can just go ahead and donate PayPal so he can have his bots working. I think that's the onlyest way. I know there are some free ones, but they're variously limited and may not work.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. He'll figure it out. So here we go. This is from the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society back in 2017. So let's take a look here and see. We can go to
The,
the.
the onlyest other way that I can try to make it work if he has BAC.
Okay,
Yeah, that's another way to make it work.
cool. Well, hopefully you'll figure it out, or
I
he will.
know the easiest way for me is probably if Ron has a dedicated relay Now I can do that on if I'm on a Linux side, but that's about it. But this is my onlyest computer that I got, so I
Hmm.
can't just be doing it on the spot and stuff, and then like join the panel and do all that and do the shortwave. I could be getting a crap load of computers if I was off to do that,
Yeah. There
and
is no
probably a mesh node too.
there is absolutely no limit whatsoever. All right, so let's see what these folks are up to. They look like they're down in Brazil. Very cool.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I think the only way I'm going to achieve that is I'm pretty much going to be like probably not going to be on a panel and stuff, and that's another risk I might have to take.
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. So they are searching for variable stars. They, wow. So they got 11 hours of time on the VLT, on the Very Large Telescope. That's a serious amount of time. That's nice. Um, wow. So they got 8,391 light curves, brighter than magnitude 23. And they've identified 412 variable stars. Wow, pretty good. I'd like to see a picture of those. And we should, because they are only looking at one cluster. So pretty amazing. I guess my only question here is whether all those stars are part of the cluster, or if they were just, you know, identified as stars, that were brighter than magnitude 23. Don't know. Guess we'll find out. Okay, yeah. So it's sort of the basic paper here. They lay out the sort of the problem that they're trying to solve, and what object they're going to look at. And let's see. Relatively easy to study due to its proximity. Um, One of the two nearest clusters from the sun, located at a distance, at least according to this reference from 2012, of 2.2 kiloparsecs. So let's see. I think that matches Simbad relatively well. So of course, a kiloparsec is 3.26 thousand light years. So 3260 light years times 2.2 gives us 7,172 light years. So, and it's nice to see the error bars here too. So it could be as much as 2.7 kiloparsecs and as little as 1.5. So somewhere in that range. Getting distances is really, really, really hard, but it's also like really, really, really important. So not bad though, and yeah, super, super, super close as far as globulars go. I don't know what the average distance is, but like I was saying, all of the globulars, I think it's safe to say all of them sort of hang around the center of the galaxy, relatively close to the center, which is like 30,000 light years away, 30 to 40,000. So most globulars are about that far away. So the fact that this is only 7,000 light years away, yeah, that makes it super, super, super close, which means we can just see a lot more, right? Because if something's up close, in theory, we can see a lot more. So, all right, let's let's keep going here. These papers are really, really great too. Because every single reference here is sort of a jumping off point to the history of that particular topic, right? If, for instance,
Everybody plays the fool sometimes. There's no inscription to
Bobby,
the root. Yeah.
yeah, I can't have you singing while I'm trying to look at this thing.
Yeah, sometimes we can be a little bit foolish when it comes to things, but then ideas start popping, and next thing you know, you might have the right idea for now, and then when you ante up the bounty, maybe you might be able to do something better than this.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Maybe you should be thinking about like looking at some church topics about being wise, being foolish, and how we could deviate ourselves away from foolishness and be more wiser than ever before.
Hmm. Okay, but I'm talking about NGC 6397.
Okay.
Not quite sure what that has to do with what you're talking about.
Well, it's talking about like I can what I can do on the Linux side is do a relay. Remember?
A what?
I can do a relay of run stream, relay it on my Linux computer, and then have it on Discord. I think it would be better for now until he gets his thing like a shoutcast server situated and stuff.
All right. Well, this is Astronomy Daily Live, so we're talking astronomy here, not necessarily computers. So I'm going to continue.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, each of these references is a really, really cool jumping off point. Um, you know, if we wanted to find out how this distance was gotten, we could actually go to that paper and find out. It's very cool. All right. Okay, so what they're saying here is that the main objective of this work is to determine the variable star ratio as a function of mass. Okay, cool. So, and they were using the VLT. Is that right? Yeah, a very large telescope. I think is the very large telescope. Is that in Chile? I think so. I think so. We might be able to find that out. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's just a typical image, and I guess they're sort of marking the center of the cluster itself. So they're looking um, not directly in the center, which is probably wise because they're the density of stars out here is a little less, and they'll be able to pick out the individuals and get some light curves on those. So let's see. Um, so wow. So this data was taken 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Wow.
Did you give Ron from Earth Radio a link to the panel or no?
Yeah, as far as I know, I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him know. That's
Okay, cool. So yeah, just sort of the typical things here. Quarter arc second pixel scale. So which samples the atmosphere really, really well. Um, you know, Typical seeing is about 1 arc second towards the visible. So they're they're sampling this probably a little high, but that's okay. It's all right. Um, 5.1 hours of photometry and 4.8 hours second night. Cool. So yeah, 305 images. Cool. And there it is, IRAF. Yes, sir. Unfortunately, IRAF is dead. So it's not really going to be supported anymore. It's not going to grow anymore. Everybody's moved on, to Python and all that, and that's all right. That's all right. All the knowledge, all the experience, all the algorithms.
Now, your code will be in most definitely in Python 3, correct?
Well, it sort of depends on what I'm doing. There are some packages that still need 2.7. So yeah, so I have to sort of go between those two. But I think everything eventually is going to, obviously move to Python 3, and so will I. So will I. So, all right, let's keep going here. Reference, yeah, in order to pick out variable stars here, what they can do is what's called differential photometry. So they try to find stars within these fields of view that aren't varying, and they can use those as a reference against those that are. So that's a easy and very effective way to find them, and also to measure the variability. So very cool, very cool. Okay, so yeah, wow. So they actually took these images, I guess, in 2 different wavelengths, or 3 different, I guess. So yeah, they can do color magnitude diagrams, which is always a useful thing. So we'll keep going here. There we go. So there's a color magnitude diagram, U minus B versus V. You can sort of see structures there. With, I guess these are some kind of models that they're trying to match up. You can see that there's some spurious ones here that are just sort of laying out there doing something. But wow, so these are really, really, really faint, right? V magnitude of 24. That's like super, super faint. But most of these other ones are relatively bright. I don't know what M sun is. I don't know if that might be the absolute magnitude of the sun. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what this scale is here. Approximate position of the masses obtained by isochrones. Line in the right channel calculated by blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. So here's the brightness variation of the sky. So just looking at the brightness of the sky versus time, you can see that sometimes it's really bright, sometimes it's faint. It's not changing by much, but that is like half a magnitude. Wow, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. So low mass variable stars. Cool. Here we go. So uncertainty is the function of the magnitude of the 465 filter. So I assume that this is like 465 nanometers. So yeah, the this, I guess, is a magnitude uncertainty. So you can sort of see that with the brighter objects, the uncertainty is quite low, right? It's like 0.05 magnitudes. And as you get fainter objects, the uncertainty in those magnitudes goes up. That just makes sense because the signal to noise is changing. It's pretty amazing how sharp the cutoff is here. And I assume that this red line is probably, yeah, it's the magnitude limit, that they used in this work. So they wanted to keep, the uncertainty really, really low, which, yeah, I mean, that is the right thing to do, for sure. Let's see. Yep, so they're just doing that. Okay, so here's some light curves, example light curves. And I like seeing the error bars for sure. Right? That sort of makes the whole thing a little bit more real. When those points are perfect points or perfect lines, I'm like, well, what about the uncertainty in the measurements? But so I like to see all of that. And wow, so these, it looks like they're just showing a few examples here, but pretty amazing how I mean, it's not exactly random, but the variability in these stars is sort of going all over the place. That's crazy. And by a pretty significant amount. I mean, these are really, really faint objects, but to go from what, about 20, I don't know, almost 24th up to 24.
Alert alert! Alert alert!
Alert alert! Hey there, Ron. How are you?
Hey, I was supposed to say, where you been?
I got distracted. I was listening to Richard Dolan for a few seconds.
Okay, I have an idea, Ron, but I'm gonna leave it until the end of the show because I don't want to get Cosmic too out of bounds with what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
Let's
Cosmic,
keep
go ahead.
Yep, let's keep focused on what
I
we're
already
talking.
got him out of bounds once. I'm not gonna do it again.
I am already so unbalanced. I don't know if I can be helped at all. So
what is that?
Well, we're looking at some variable stars inside of the globular cluster NGC 6397. So they've identified like 400 or so of these things, and so these are just light curves. So they're just measuring the brightness versus time, and they're looking and seeing what these things are doing. And yeah, I was just commenting that it's like, wow, these things are just all over the place. Really, really, really faint though. So, the uncertainty is a little bit high, but yeah, it's like, what do you do with that? Because it's just all over the place. This one doesn't look much like a variable star, right? He's pretty flat line there, it looks like. But wow, look at that. That's just absolutely incredible. Who knows what's going on there? There might be, multiple stars there. Yeah, who knows? This probably isn't getting into the realm of
Okay,
so
Jim is asking, is there's a black hole center in these stars clusters that's drawing all these stars together?
Yeah, I don't know if that has really been determined or not. I think that is one of the theories. But I'm skeptical of most theories anyway. So, um, something's going on in the centers of these things. Sort of holding all those stars, together into a blob.
That was my main question on most of all of your star clusters, actually.
Yeah.
But the globular clusters primarily, that takes a lot of gravitational.
Well, and
not interference, but gravitational power.
Influence, yes.
Yeah, influence.
Yes.
There you go. That's word I looked. Influence.
Affluence.
Yeah. So I wonder what has to be at the center, how they all connect and interact with each other. That would be the question.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, on our solar system, we can understand. Okay, we got the sun in our center of the solar. We understand that,
right?
And we all go around the sun, and that we understand. Now, each planet may have its own gravity. Not as much as the sun, of course, and maybe not as much as some of the other planets, but they all have their own gravity.
Yep.
So then, but the sun is primary.
Yeah, and the distances between these stars are sort of on the order of a light year or two. But yeah, why are they spherical? Why are they round? Why aren't they disks? These clusters are supposedly very, very old too. They formed sort of at the same time that the galaxy did. So, yeah, they are big mysteries, and nobody knows. There are some guesses as to maybe there's a very, very massive object towards the center of these things, but the thing about this particular object is, and actually right on this live stream, we've looked at the HST images, and you can look right in the center of these things, and there doesn't seem to be anything there at all.
Okay, Jim's got another question. So if there is a black hole at the center of a globular cluster, then is a globular cluster a beginning of a galaxy?
Again, the answer is I don't know. I just don't know. Let's since Ron is here, let's did I call it? Bobby just did it. Good. Thank you, Bobby. Definitely want to let everybody know that Radio has joined the Discord family. So
we get
on over there. Yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah.
So
we're trying to work on getting the live stream attached to the page itself. That's
cool.
More challenging than I had thought.
Yeah, and I think I could be the challenge winner. I was thinking about if I could do another account for Mixler, and let's say if I moved into my Linux system on my computer, I can actually have that relay account and have the audio routed to a dummy plug, which goes straight into the Discord, and I think it'd be a great idea.
Because it would still be live then. You would be streaming the show that I'd be playing, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And I'm thinking about after the show, we're gonna test that out.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. Sorry about that, Cosmic.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
We get excited with the new toys that we're working with on Discord.
Of course. So
the ability that we have here to be able to share. You know, like I said, everything's about sharing.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And while you were chatting, I tried to find and was successful in finding those HST images that we were looking at of this object the other day, and so yeah, like I was saying, right, we can go right into the middle here.
Oh yeah.
And see individuals all the way into the center, and well, show me the black hole, right? Show me anything that looks like anything like that. There just isn't. So, you know, why do these stars sort of form this concentration, you know, a spherical thing? Don't know.
It's actually a flat image. You know that, right? That's flat.
Well, this is a flat image, but
I'm being funny. Come on.
yeah, but yeah, you know, this is a three-dimensional object in theory, at least.
You know, they had the they did have. Oh, I think over in England or somewhere they had the flat Earth convention. And I saw that in the news. I can't remember where. I don't know if it was a joke or if it was real, but I did see something about it in the news. And it was like, well, I wonder what that conversation would be like, you know?
I think, you know, that though one of the observations that I have about that whole thing is how much attention they seem to be getting.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, my attitude is that, you know, if I don't think, you know, that something is right, I'm not going to pay any attention. But there's a lot of people who are really worried about the flat earthers, and I'm saying I'm not worried about them at all. You know, I mean, they can think whatever they want, and if they can show that what they're saying is correct, then
well,
that's all right by me.
Unfortunately, as a sailor, all right, I kind of know that what they're saying is totally wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, they're probably wrong, but you know, who knows?
And we know of people in your chat a lot of times that James Dugan is one of them that's in Australia. He's all the way over on the other side of the planet, you know. And it's not flat. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, it probably isn't. Yeah. I would say, you know, but so yeah, so here's
pretty cool there.
So yeah, I just took three different pictures from
check the chat.
All right, I'll check the chat. At 3 different wavelengths, and I just loaded them into GIMP and made one of them red and one of them green and one of them blue, and you get sort of a not really a true color. Well, you know, actually, Jim, I would think that if you're going to be consuming that, you would actually probably think the opposite. Because that stuff does not make you dumber; it makes you smarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, they must be sniffing glue or something, you know, that's harming them. Because yeah. So yeah, nice color. And you know, it's hard to identify which stars are actually members of this, but as you can see, you know,
I would think that the same color. I would say that the same color, like for instance, blue stars, would be all in the same cluster.
Yeah, you know,
if they're the same distance, that is.
You would think that, you know, if all these stars formed about the same time, and sort of have the same characteristics in terms of mass and composition and all that, they would pretty much look exactly the same.
Mhm.
But as you can see, there are some stars in here that are, quite blue. There are some stars that are quite sort of reddish, yellowish. So
Hmm.
If those are members of the cluster, which I'm not sure if they are or not, we'd have to use other means to find out.
I think Pagemaster went into a flat Earth convention in 2017.
That's cool.
What is that red line? Is that a satellite?
No, that's just that's some kind of an artifact from the picture itself.
Okay.
The red, yeah, the red image here, for some reason, just had a line through it, so
Okay.
it comes up red. So yeah, that's just an HST thing. That's these are unfixed pictures. So they have all kinds of, if you get into here deep, you can see that there are some pixels that are either all red or all green or all blue, or you can see little streaks like that, cosmic rays. All kinds of things in these pictures, before you clean them up a little bit. So, all right. Well, I just wanted to show that off a little bit.
I did find my cord for my hand controller.
Oh, yay!
Or a cord that will work anyway.
That's good.
It's a USB cord, so it'll work.
Yeah, good.
And then now the only thing is the one with the. Now I gotta get a cord for the base. Okay. Because apparently you gotta update both of them.
Oh, all right.
So, and they have a USB out, which is a male connection, but then I would need another male connection for the computer side.
Right, that's cool.
So I need a dual male connection. If I wanted to do it the wire, now I guess I could connect it to the modem using the internet connection. I guess maybe.
Oh wow.
Because I know I can do the Wi-Fi. It said I could update it Wi-Fi, but like I think what Ada was talking about, she don't trust that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Upload or download or whatever. She'd rather have it
You know
wired.
what I gotta say about that, Ron? Just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a huge risk, I don't think, to use Wi-Fi, but yeah, I mean, I think if you want to have a little bit more guarantee, then just stick a wire in it. That's all right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know. When I had my Sony Blu-ray, I had it like I had one that doesn't have the Wi-Fi on it, but if you connect the Ethernet cable, the one thing you connected to, I used to have an extender for my mom's so that my mom could have her tablet and stuff. What I do is I'll stick the wire into the Blu-ray player, and what it does, the extender, the internet goes to the extender through the Ethernet to the Blu-ray player, and I'll be able to update the firmware from there.
huh.
And I never had a problem with it.
Cool. So here's
and also, if you have a Roku player or like a Chromecast or any streaming video device or smart TV, you're pretty much guaranteed that it's going to update via Wi-Fi and stuff.
Right.
I've got a howling doggy in the background. That's great.
How did you manage that?
And I never have a problem with it yet. Never have a problem.
Cool. So here, I guess they are marking the locations of all the variable stars that they found. But this image isn't quite high enough resolution to really see them, because if you look at the circles, I'm not seeing much in there. So they're identifying very, 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 very faint stars. I'm absolutely certain that they are seeing these, but in terms of the publication, I'm not really seeing any stars inside of those circles at all. I'm sure they're there, but just because the quality here just isn't quite good enough.
I think mommy's home.
Nope, she is not.
I thought that was it.
No,
Of
she's
course. What if the black hole, if it is a doorway into another dimension, then from our point of view, we might not even see it.
It's true.
Like
Black
inside the cluster,
Black holes are weird things.
Yeah.
For sure.
So they might still be there, but we just don't see it because we're not on that level or on that layer of perception.
Could be. Yeah.
That's about it.
Things get really, really, really hairy when you start dealing with black holes and all of that. Weird stuff. Anyway, here's all the variable stars that were identified, and yeah, super faint, right? 23, 24, so super faint, but that's where they all are. I'm not quite sure why they're doing one of that and one of that and one of that. It's not quite sure what that's doing.
There's that line. There goes that line. There's the line right there.
There it is. It's the HST line, yeah. There it is again. Dang. Everywhere.
We figured it out. We got it figured out now. Good deal.
We got it figured out. All right. So yeah, they are listing every single one. Oh, I think what this is probably night number 1, night number 2.
Oh,
that's my guess. Yeah. And then, there's a star ID that's associated with these things. So, okay, cool. I got you. So yeah, they're actually publishing those right in the paper, which ones they are. Some of these errors are a little bit big, but that makes sense because these objects are very, very faint. So that's all right. Very cool. All right, that is the end of that. Well, wow, we only looked at one paper this entire hour. That's not what I had planned.
Hey, sometimes it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, I think I am.
And we had to say goodbye to Jim for now.
All right, Jim. Yeah, well, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I think I'm going to call it.
Well, before you go, though, I got a question. On your channel, on your Discord channel, you have ADL audio channel.
I do.
What do you mean by that? What does that do?
I think that's it's just there. I think that anybody who gets onto that server can put on the headphones, put on a mic, and we can chat.
Oh, okay. Just for
okay. Or well, what Ron gave us a great idea about. There is what do you want to do with lamb, steak, and coffee?
I want to greet lamb, steak, and coffee. Say howdy. Hope you're well. But you came in a little bit late because I'm just about to end this live stream. So make sure to come back because I'm going to be back here. Same time, same place, 2 hours UTC. and we'll talk more astronomy and space stuff and nerdy things of all kinds.
And
So-
those crazy lines in the picture.
And those crazy lines and dots and stuff all over the place.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
You know,
So
weird-
I was talking about like the bots that Ron's got on his server. We could actually have it to like play any like space ambient and stuff. Like you just tell it to play some Steve Roach
Oh, yeah.
or
well, I think
or
that's
a well-known ambient artist, and
Yeah, and it's automatic too. Like I had it,
yeah.
I asked it to play Queen, and it just played Queen. It just kept playing Queen. It
Very
just,
cool. Very, very cool. Yeah. Well,
So-
and I think that's that. What I'm going to do here for the live stream, you know, to sort of celebrate the 200 subscriber thing, is I'm going to get a little mixer box, and just plug the output of that into the mic, and so you know, I'll probably go back into using a microphone, but that's okay. And then I'll be able to mix in some sounds too.
and then
Because,
I don't know why on my YouTube, I cannot do any more subscribing until I somehow the subscriber number, the amount of people I have subscribed or that I am subscribed to, or that I have subscribed to me. I'm not sure how that works out, but somehow it said I reached the limit and I cannot do any more subscribing. And it's really frustrating because I want
Wow.
to subscribe.
hey,
that's-
that's what's up.
that's
So-
that seems a little strange.
Yeah. So I don't
Hmm.
understand that, and it's really frustrating. So I don't know how I don't know how I can adjust that. In my one game that I play, I have to, like, if the food balance is over, you know, like if I have a negative food balance, I got too many men, I can just send the men out to battle and get them killed, you know, and then that evens out the
That's
then it
nice.
evens out the food, right? And then so But
Yeah.
then I can order more men later, you know. But
You're right. I got you.
yeah, it's just kind of funny how that works. Now I don't know about with
Yeah.
YouTube with the subscribers. I don't know how that works. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
have not had that problem.
right.
But I am growing. I have think I have like just over 400 on myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
Well-
need another 600 for 1,000. So let's go, guys.
Go. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here for now. So just as a reminder, the live stream for the 5th of May is not going to happen.
No
'cause
Cinco de Mayo.
Well, I'm going to be doing a sweat lodge that night, and so I'm going to be floating around in the universe instead. It's a nice place. So,
No
all right,
excuse.
everybody.
No
Yeah.
excuse.
All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here
All right.
for now. So, thanks for coming in once again. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great one. Yes, absolutely, Chuck. And we will see
Live long
you.
and prosper.
Live long and prosper, and I will see you on the spin. One spin of this little tiny planet. All right, everybody.
See y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.